Hi! Come on in. I'm going to give you a small tour. The last time I did a shop tour, that was 4 years ago, when my shop was still in my basement. But I moved into my new shop a little more than 3 years ago. So I think a new tour is in order. First of all, I want to show the distance between the house and the shop. It's about 100 feet. To help you figure out the placement in space, I'm going to reuse the plan I made when I built the shop. Just as a reminder, the total length is 40 feet or 12.2 meters, and the width is 25 feet or 7.6 meters. That's enough. It's getting cold outside. Let's go inside. And this is the first thing you would see when you enter my shop. Lucky for you, I cleaned up a little. I'm going to begin at the front with the left corner, where my CNC is, and where I store all my tools on casters. I also leave my joiner there when I'm not using it. Besides this, there's my Mitre Station. The drawers are filled with tools, screws, nuts and bolts. But one thing that I don't use anymore is the dust collector hose. I've plugged up the hole and add some lead weight on it. To suck the dust, I use my shop vacuum beside the Mitre Station. Next, on the same wall, there's my clamp rack and my tool rack. On the right, you can see the back wall. The building is bigger than that, but the shop ends there. That's because I have another room in the back. In fact, it's my garden shed. We'll see it later. Okay, that's the back wall, and on top of it, I have my shop radio on the loft. On the other side of the back wall, there's the water cabinet and the ladder to climb to the loft. Yes, because on top of the garden shed, I have this space inside the shop to keep some spare wood. Come with me upstairs. Okay, it's a bit of a mess. It's not always easy to locate a piece of wood. And as a bonus, that's the sound of the snow on the roof falling down. I like looking at my shop from up there. It's a view that I don't see every day. But I'm not done. At the back, on the right corner, the one facing the yard, I have my router table, my new bandsaw, and the drill press. I love having the drill press at the back of the bandsaw because I can lower the drill press table to the height of the bandsaw table and use it as an outfeed table for the bandsaw. Just beside this, I have my lathe. This lathe is special because I can turn super long pieces of wood with it. Okay, there was still some snow on the roof. At the end of the lathe, I have my old bandsaw. I use it from time to time to cut small pieces. I always leave my smallest blade on it. It's also there that I keep the offcuts that I want to keep. I'm going to do something better than the cardboard box pretty soon. Finally, to finish the visit, in the last corner, I have the ugly rat's basket and a table where I keep my glasses, my video equipment, and a bunch of junk. In the center of the shop, there's the table saw and 2 workbenches. It's now time to go inside the small room. First thing that's in your face is the cyclone. But it's not the only thing that I store in this room. I have a bunch of tools that I don't use very often. The dust collector and the compressor. I also have another door that opens inside the garden shed. That's where I store some clamps that I don't use often and all my bandsaw's blades. I also store my sheets of plywood there. But its real usefulness is to keep a lot of things out of the rain. In winter, it looks more than a pile of junk than anything else, with the lawnmower and the pool stuff all around the place. But I'm also keeping René's kayak on my tie beam in winter and both dust filters. I often receive comments asking how I heat the shop in winter. Well, it's quite simple. I have an electric forced air heater at the front of the shop and another one in the back. But the last 3 years, I've only used this one. Why? Just because with all the windows, even during the coldest days, if it's sunny, the sun heats up the shop. I love having this many windows in my shop. It's better than my old basement shop. Speaking of the devil, in case you're wondering what I do with it, well, it's a big junk room now. And we also store the sawdust I make all year round so we can burn it. This was a small tour of my new shop. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you soon for another episode of the Woodpecker.